University Press Audiobooks presents The Accidental Mind, How Brain Evolution Has Given Us Love, Memory, Dreams, and God. Written by David J. Linden. Narrated by Ray Porter. Based on the book published by Harvard University Press. Transfers to devices are permitted. File sharing and peer-to-peer usage are not permitted. Prologue. Brain Explained. The best thing about being a brain researcher is that in a very small number of situations, you can appear to have the power of mind reading. Take cocktail parties. Chardonnay in hand, your host makes one of those introductions where he feels compelled to state your occupation. This is David. He's a brain researcher. Many people are wise enough to simply turn around at this point and go looking for the bourbon and ice. Of those who stay behind, about half can be counted on to pause, look heavenward, and raise their eyebrows in preparation for speech. You're about to ask if it's true that we only use 10% of our brain, aren't you? Wide-eyed nodding. An amazing episode of mind reading. Once we get past the 10% of the brain thing, which I should mention has no basis in reality, it becomes clear that many people have a deep curiosity about brain function. Really fundamental and difficult questions come up right away. Will playing classical music to my newborn really help his brain grow? Is there a biological reason why the events in my dreams are so bizarre? Are the brains of gay people physically different from the brains of straight people? Why can't I tickle myself? These are all great questions. For some of them, the best scientific answer is fairly clear, and for others it is somewhat evasive. Me in my best Bill Clinton voice, "What exactly do you mean by brain?" It's fun to talk to non-brain researchers about these kinds of things because they are not afraid to ask the hard questions and to put you on the spot. Often, when the conversation is over, people will ask, "Is there a good book on brain and behavior for a non-specialist audience that you can recommend?" Here, it gets tricky. There are some books, such as Joe LeDoux's Synaptic Self, that do a great job on the science, but that are rough sledding unless you've already got a college degree in biology or psychology. There are others, such as Oliver Sacks's Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat and V.S. Ramachandran and Sandra Blakesley's Phantoms in the Brain, that tell fascinating and illuminating stories based on case histories in neurology, but that really don't convey a broad understanding of brain function and that largely ignore molecules and cells. There are books that talk about molecules and cells in the brain, but many of them are so deadly dull that you can start to feel your soul depart your body before you finish the very first page. What's more, many books about the brain, and even more shows on educational television, perpetuate a fundamental misunderstanding about neural function. They present the brain as a beautifully engineered, optimized device, the absolute pinnacle of design. You've probably seen it before. A human brain lit dramatically from the side, with the camera circling it as if taking a helicopter shot of Stonehenge, and a modulated baritone voice exalting the brain's elegant design in reverent tones. This is pure nonsense. The brain is not elegantly designed by any means. It is a cobbled-together mess, which amazingly, and in spite of its shortcomings, manages to perform a number of very impressive functions. But while its overall function is impressive, its design is not. More important, the quirky, inefficient, and bizarre plan of the brain and its constituent parts is fundamental to our human experience. The particular texture of our feelings, perceptions, and actions is derived in large part from the fact that the brain is not an optimized, generic problem-solving machine, but rather a weird agglomeration of ad hoc solutions that have accumulated throughout millions of years of evolutionary history. So, here's what I'll try to do. I will be your guide to this strange and often illogical world of neural function, with the particular charge of pointing out the most unusual and counterintuitive
Sample complete. Ready to continue?